right, let's find the sine of a plus b, the sine of a minus b, the tangent of a plus b, and the tangent of a minus b. And then we also need to know the quadrant for the angles a plus b and a minus b. Okay, so we're dealing with two different angles here. We've got angle A and angle B that are between pi and 3 pi over 2. So both angles are in quadrant 3. Okay, now I'm going to use my addition formula for sine. And so if I'm trying to find the sine of an angle plus another angle, a plus b, I need to know the values of both sine of a, cosine of a, and also sine of b, cosine of b. But I'm only given one of each. So let's see, here I have cosine of a. So that'll be good. I know I can plug that in here. And then I also have sine of b, sine of b. Yeah, so I can plug that in there, but I don't have the values for sine of a or cosine of b. So I need to find those. So let's go ahead and work that out. So let's see, cosine is x over r. Yeah, r. Okay, and we're in quadrant 3. So x is negative 4. Let's see, a little right triangle here. X is negative 4. We need to know y. And we know that the radius is 5. So the Pythagorean theorem would give us that x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared, where x is negative 4 and r is 5. And we can just solve that. So y squared would be equal to 5 squared minus negative 4 squared. And then we'll take the square root of that. So it would be square root of 25 minus 16. And in quadrant, let's see, it would be plus or minus square root. In quadrant 3, the y value there is negative. So that would be square root of negative 9. And it would be, negative square root of 9, which is a negative 3. So that's useful because the sine of a, that's going to be, sine is y over r, so that would be negative 3 over 5. And we're also going to need, since we know that we need to find tangent, we're going to also need the tangent values there. So let's go ahead and figure what that would be. Tangent is y over x, so that would be y we just found was negative 3 over x is negative 4. And tangent in quadrant 4 is positive. Okay, we're not quite done because we also need, let's see, that line was kind of out of, we didn't need that. Let's see, we also need to know just give myself some space. Okay, here we go. We had sine of b, but we also need to know what cosine of b is. Okay, so we need to know what cosine of b is, and we also need to know what tangent of b is, right? And we're given that sine of b is negative 12 over 13. Sine is y over r. So again, we can think about quadrant 3. Our y value, to make a little right triangle, our y here is negative 12, and our r is 13, and we need to know what x is. So we just use the Pythagorean theorem, and we find that x is negative 5, and so then we can use that because we know that cosine is x over r, and so that would be negative 5 over r, which is 13 in this case. And then tangent is y over x, and so we have y we had was negative 12, x was negative 5, so tangent is positive 12/5. Okay, so we've done all the hard work setting ourselves up. Now we need to use our addition formula for sine. Okay, so we're going to plug in what we know. Okay, so we know that sine of a we found right here. Sine of a is negative 3/5, and that's being multiplied by cosine of b, which was given. Oh wait, cosine of b was not given. Cosine of b we found right here. So that is negative 5 over 13. And then we add that to cosine of a, which was given. That's negative 4 over 5. And sine of b was right here. That is negative 12 over 13. And then we pull out our fraction skills, multiply our numerators. We'd get positive 15 plus, let's see, positive 48 over 65. And adding those up, we would get 63/65. Okay, so that is sine of A plus B. Excellent. Well, we're not quite done. We've just done part A. Okay, so now we need to get sine of A minus B, and we'll just use our subtraction formula again. Okay, so again, we just look up our formula for this one, we're going to look at the subtraction formula and then plug in what we know. And so we get sine of A minus B is equal to negative 33/65. Okay, so we just did part B. And now we need to do our tangent formulas, addition and subtraction formulas, and then finally we'll figure out our quadrants. Okay, so we can do this. So now we need to just look up our tangent formulas. All right, and now plug in what we know. So tangent of, let's see, gotta skip this back a little bit. Let's see, tangent of A is 3/4. Tangent of B is 12/5. So that's our numerator, and that's all being divided by 1 minus their product. And we'll just get some common denominators there, so we'll get 15/20 plus 48/20. That's our numerator. And in the denominator we have 1 minus 36/20, just multiplying straight across. And simplifying those, sorry, I'm writing vertically or horizontally. Big no-no. All right, we do a whole bunch of work with our fractions, getting a common denominator here, getting a single fraction in the numerator, rewriting that 1 as 20/20, getting a single fraction in the denominator, simplifying the denominator, and then multiplying by the reciprocal. And then finally, this all simplifies. Let's see, negative 5 goes into 16 -4 times. So this would be negative 63/16. And that, my friends, is tangent of A plus B. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing for tangent of A minus B, and then we'll finally figure out our quadrants. Okay, but remember, it is okay to use a scientific calculator. So we can plug that in to Desmos scientific calculator, and then if it gives you the decimal, you can just get that fraction by using the fraction button here. So that gives us the tangent is equal to negative 33/32, but we do show that we understand where that's coming from by showing what we're plugging into our calculator. Okay, so now we've done all that hard work, and now we can figure out our quadrants. So let's see. We have an angle, A plus B, okay? Sine is, let's see, sine right here, sine is positive, and tangent of A plus B is negative. So we want to think about which quadrant in the unit circle has a positive sign. Well, sine is y, so sine would be positive wherever the y values are positive. So that would be up in quadrants 1 and 2. So that would be quadrants quadrants 1 or quadrants 2. Okay, and then tangent is negative. Well, that happens in, because tangent is y over x, so where they are different, and so that would be negative in quadrants 2 and 4. Quadrants 2 and 4. And so for both of those to happen at the same time, the winner here is quadrant 2. So A plus B is in quadrant 2. And then we'll use the same thought process to figure out the quadrant for A minus B. And that is done.